There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Welcome everybody to the call. We are going to go ahead and kick this call off. Some exciting updates along GearBox features coming out and GearBox Pro features ready to launch finally this month in August. Very excited about this. So we're going to get right into it. Let's go ahead and kick this call off. We're going to go through the one pair data for the week and talk about how the market is doing. All right, let's go ahead and take on our screen share here. So as you guys see, we're taking a look at the one pair data. Let me just make sure everybody's looking at the same screen as me. Yes, we are. So as we can see, USD CAD is starting to really lead the way as the highest performer. It doesn't have the highest win rate. It doesn't have the best drawdown, but it has led the way in top gain and performance since starting, which has been huge on the $500 data account. It has been running since, let's take a look here. We've been running this since October 26, 2020. So this is almost 2 years running. This account has done almost 200% with just one currency pair on a $500 starting balance. Yeah, it wouldn't pay the monthly payment. As we know, these are data accounts, but the point is it ran on $500 through every market condition for the last 2 years. And USD CAD has come out on top. Continuing on, we can see GBP AUD is still second running with a better drawdown. GBP USD not far behind with only a 15% drawdown throughout the last 2 years. Really important. In GBP pairs, you can see a much higher probability rate of winning. Now, they don't take as many trades. If we go look at GBP, and we've studied this, yeah, in 2020, we were taking a lot more trades, but then we had periods where we went from March of 2021 all the way until September without any gain, and then made 30%. So is GBP one of those pairs you keep running on your account? Absolutely. And same thing, you can see it started to take a little bit more trades, but all through 22 even here, it was much slower until recently. GBP volatility is picking up, so we're taking entries. You know, and volatility is where GearBox performs best on some of these higher pairs with more liquidity. Now, you can see this week Euro NZD. You know, we added it to our worst performers list right before it started taking these losses, just because we had seen it had probability to hit more stop losses and had through time, even though it was profitable. We continued running our data account on it, but I had said about 2 months ago Euro NZD is not a recommended pair, and as you can see, Euro NZD has now lost its profits that it had made on that $500 data account, and indeed that's why it was added to the non-recommended pair list along with the JPY pairs. As we know, JPY pairs tend to be a little bit of you know, those pairs. I'll put it this way, the only pair that has consistently lost me money for 4 years using different trading softwares has been JPY pairs. They do great, and then they just trend, and they're definitely not my favorite pairs to use with any kind of algorithm. They trend hard, and when they trend hard, they trend hard. Most of the time they consolidate. But these are more exciting features for why the new versions of GearBox to come, and also GearBox Pro. So very excited to talk about those. But as we continue down the list, AUD USD has done extremely well with very low drawdown. GBP NZD as well. Euro USD is always a performer. But continuing on your way down, as you can see that these are incredible performers that have been running since, and we know that CHF pairs don't recommend. NZD CAD has recently entered our worst performers as well. We're raising the entries on NZD CAD by +2 in the newest version of GearBox Manager to come. Now, let's talk about GearBox, the latest update that we're releasing, and let's maybe explain it. The easiest way I can think to do this is let's make a new doc. New blank guy here. All right. So, GearBox update coming in the next 14 days or less. Trailing stop losses on all levels. Okay, what does this mean? So, previously, maybe you were inside of a trade, and the trade, how do we put this, was stuck waiting to hit its TP for a while. Maybe a 1 to 2 month long trade. Sometimes we've experienced those. Well, when it finally hits TP, after swaps and other costs associated add up, you possibly only made a little money. Well, with a trailing stop loss, once this trade would have hit TP, it will now trail and continue on. What's cool about this is oftentimes, I wish I could draw. Can I draw in here? Is that what this marker means? No, that's like a highlighter. Okay. I wanted to draw. But essentially, if we use my cursor, you're in a buy, and your buy is stuck down here, right? And your TP, it's here. So when this trade would have gone to TP, instead of taking you out, it's now going to trail farther up and continue to secure portions of profit as that trade continues to go in the direction. What's been exciting about this is the last 2 months, GearBox, just using sniper mode at a 0.01 per 1K, daily charts and recommended pairs, has done 15% a month with just that new feature. Because the market's been trending more. So when you're trailing your profit, you're going to naturally make more money. You're not going to get taken out in your take profit super early on. Now, GearBox Pro will launch with these few new features. Okay. It'll have trailing stop loss as well. Now, advanced features. Max level closeout per pair. So previously we only had a total account equity protector, meaning that, meaning if you hit 30% DD, even if it was from only one pair and the others were performing, it would stop out all trades. Max level closeout per pair will allow you to say, enter GBP USD on level 8, and if I hit level 10, just close out all GBP USD trades. So now you have a way to modify and customize your risk on how you want those trades to close out. Okay, so and I'm just putting in some examples here. Okay. Next. Oh, this is 2. Okay. 3 is going to be called Scalp TP. 15 pip TP if you don't want to use trailing, or maybe you even do want to use trailing but just profit lock sooner. Scalp TP, 15 pip take profit. This will be currently example. Currently lowest is 30 pip at real trades only TP. So it'll be a lower take profit setting for those who want to get in and out of trade sooner. And last but not least, this is going to be one of my favorite, more advanced or riskier features, but it's called Reset Range Multiplier on first real trade. This is going to be a more advanced feature, high risk. Please use it properly. Example. All right, and this is where I need a good calculator because I'm just going to be making up pip values now. But let's say you enter on level 7 GBP USD. Level 8 could be 100 plus pips away still. If you use resetting range multiplier, after it enters level 7, level 8 would then enter at 21 pips. Level 9 would then enter at 35 pips. So, and it could continue on like that. Would want to raise your max gears, possibly. Now, I believe with super sniper mode and resetting range multiplier plus trailing stop losses, that this product could do insane numbers with very little possible downside potential. I even believe for more trades it could be ran with those settings on the 4 hour. This is truthfully, this product could do insane numbers with very little possible downside potential. I would even recommend a tight equity protector, as these settings will be taking very precise entries but stacking trades quickly to catch a reversal. Now, these are going to be extremely phenomenal new updates to GearBox. I truthfully think this is the changes to the software that needed to be optimized and added for the kind of market conditions that we are facing right now. But these are the things that are going to launch before the end of August. First will be regular GearBox, then second will be GearBox Pro, and of course, we have more features and add-ons to come for GearBox and GearBox Pro. As well, soon, GearBox Manager Pro. So, a lot of very exciting updates, things that are coming. I'm excited to get these out to the customers to start brand new data accounts. This is going to be the new, right? We should say 2.0. So very, very excited for GearBox 2.0 to launch and GearBox Pro 1.0. Well, we'll just call it GearBox Pro. It won't. Internally, it'll be 1.0, and then GearBox will be 2.0 with the trailing stop losses. So new features to come, new exciting things. Very, very pumped. Can't wait to get these out to you. So let's take a look at the news ahead. This week we know there was some big news with CPI that caused some things. All right, so we're going to take a look at the next week. We're going to go ahead and filter. Red folder is what we care about. All righty. Taking a look at the red folder news for the next week. Monday on, we have more CPI, FOMC, unemployment change. We definitely got some volatility this week. As always, GearBox loves to play in volatility. It's a very phenomenal product when it needs to be, and very excited to get these latest updates out and the latest information so we can continue on crushing it with this product line and really getting it into a much higher profit potential. That's what all the optimizations you saw on the past screen were about, and I expect many of you to be screaming and shouting from rooftops. Great question here. Resetting range works best in what conditions? Where does it fail? Trend or consolidation? Well, it depends on where you're running it, right? So if you're running it on Super Sniper, well, you're not even entering until near what should be the end of a major trend, right? Super Sniper is very, very precise for the most part. You're pushing out your entries. Now, if you were using resetting range multiplier with swing, well, yeah, it's going to fail in a trend because swing even during a trend is sometimes could be on the scarier side for some more conservative users. But in consolidation, resetting range multiplier also wouldn't work so well because depends where you're entering, right? It's all based on entry. That's a more advanced feature that I really kind of designed based around Super Sniper settings. A lot of settings were kind of based around different balances throughout time, like max pairs trading at the same time. Obviously, we know when that was created, but that ranged around first normal risk management, but even then $250 accounts, right? Only being able to trade one pair at a time. There's been a lot of things developed. So this one was primarily developed around Super Sniper, that resetting range multiplier, because I know there's a lot of Super Sniper users, and the way they like to deploy their risk is they like to put a higher lot size since they're waiting for such a precise entry. Well, now instead of having to raise your lot size, how about you just stack into the trend? Matt's, I've kind of wiggle-tailed around that, as I didn't really like how we were trying to do that. So Matt's asked here, how is your test version with big accounts, 10,000 or more, if I remember numbers right? Instead, we like to decrease typically on larger accounts down to 0.01 per 1,500 to 0.01 per 2K to even $1 million accounts. I run a 0.01 per 3K. So as your balance grows, you should be more conservative. But the way that we were going to try to deploy risk is we thought about how on a larger account, right? If you have a $1,000 account or a $10,000 account and you're running a 0.01 starting lot size, well, it goes 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04. Well, if you're running a one lot size, you're not getting the same cost averaging effect because it's using the true lot multiplier, which is built into the settings, which would be 1.15, then it would go 1.2 something. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, it deployed differently. So the bigger account multiplier was essentially just incrementing by initial lot size. And the truth is, I didn't like how that deployed risk. To me, it increased risk. Yes, you got out of trade sooner, but your drawdown was higher. So I didn't like that as much. You had to give and take with that setting. So for now, since I haven't found a way to do what I claim I like to do whenever I create a new setting, every time I create something new for GearBox, I say, how do I decrease risk but increase profit? If I can't do both of those things, I'm not going to add the feature. And that was one of those features that increased risk. And I'd like to decrease risk and increase profit, not the other way around. So never going to get more aggressive, only going to get more conservative, but find a way to increase profit while doing it. And that is the name of the game here for us as we continue to enhance and develop the system. But that would be it from me for the week. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend ahead. I hope you're excited about the new GearBox features to come. I believe many people watching this recording later on, and if you're watching this recording right now because you're watching this recording, then I hope you're just as fired up, and go ahead and let us know in the chats if you are pumped for GearBox and GearBox Pro. And look forward to seeing you guys next week to show you some more results from the beta testers. We've been testing this behind the scenes privately for 2 months with these new features, and we're about to give them to the beta testers to let them do their proper testing and vetting as well, and look forward to releasing some new updates to you all here in the month of August. And hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we shall chat soon.